See, look, what we about to talk about, and my girl just hit me up and said there was a shooting on Phoenix Street today, back home.
Wow. See, it's craziness.
It's crazy. It's crazy, dog.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You are now about to enter the hottest podcast on the planet.
It's your boy DJ Supa Man.
It's your girl Soso.
Peace, it's yeah.
What's up? It's your boy Scooby.
Now get ready. You just entered the Tough Talk podcast with the Tough Talk crew.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are back. The Tough Talk podcast. Right here. I'm gonna give a shout out. Let everybody know you in the building. What's going on, Soso?
I'm here, everybody. Soso's in the building. Blessed to be here.
We are missing one, but we hope she's gonna pop in a second. That would be Ya. But I'm gonna go ahead and pass it down to Scooby. You here?
What up? I'm here. I made it. Just got in from work, you know.
Yeah, you know how
Gotta
to
make the dollar because the bills don't stop coming.
That's for damn sure. And y'all know who I am, DJ Supa Man, Hood Hard Hitmakers. The other half of the link up that we have coming up this Sunday. That's right, benefit show for Franklin Lockett. Man, it's gonna be a big show. We already have we already filled up on the artists.
Got 18.
18. That means 2 more. So by the time you hear this, it's gonna be gone. Yeah, starting at 5 o'clock. Let's see. What I'm missing. Yeah, it's gonna be a big show. It's gonna be a big show.
Yeah, it's a daytime show for once.
Right.
Well, evening show, I guess. But we should be out long before the 2 o'clock.
Right. But any of y'all listening, if y'all been to the link up before, y'all know what we're talking about. Because that show used to run. Boy, it used to run. But I'm gonna come back to that in regards to our topic for today. But y'all didn't have anything interesting going on this past week? You know, anything that worth mentioning?
I went to Tennessee for the weekend, and it was pretty fun. I mean, got my kids' Christmas shopping done.
Hey.
Oh.
That is a check off the list. They are both completely taken care of as far as Christmas. And me and my girl has basically said we're going to do our gifts after Christmas. We just want to make sure all the kids were taken care of, you know. So they're squared, so we're squared, and we good. But other than that, I mean, I had a good time. It was just a good getaway for the weekend. Funny story. First night we were there, we go get some food, right? And we had to stop at the gas station to get something to drink. Mm-hmm. She goes inside to get the drinks. I'm sitting in the car, and I just happened to look to my left, and there was a whole butt. When I say a butt, I mean a whole butt. Like, I'm like, yo, yeah, like they were standing at another car that was parked next to me. Like, I was like, dog, I know you feel this cold air. It is 40 degrees in Tennessee, and it's cold. How do you not feel this? Like, what is really full moon? It wasn't even a full moon that night, but it really was. Boy, that was rough. Whew. And I almost fell in the parking lot. Yeah, that was pretty fun. After we got back.
What?
Well, okay. So
were there drinks involved?
Okay, so no, I had been drinking, but I wasn't drunk or anything. I was completely sober. I had a few drinks, but the parking lot was wet, and where we parked, you had to walk back downhill. But I was walking a little bit too fast, and I had on Vans, and there's the rest.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of. Basically, what I did is planted my right foot and my hip and my groin, said, and I was like, oh, that hurt. And I just kind of hobbled on to the roof.
Oh, my goodness. That's crazy.
That pretty much sums up my weekend. Yeah.
Dang. Well, my weekend, it was all right. I went to Birmingham. Rico had some shows and stuff down there. So it was cold and stuff. And then came back and did studio run sessions through the week. What happened last week? Oh, we turned big 21,
Right.
big hottie, So yeah, it was an exciting week. I turned 21 again.
Right.
Oh man, funny story. So Javi goes and he has his little kickback that he put together with his like really close friends. So he gets drunk. So I waited till he came home because I was gonna take him his own bottle of Crown, but he told me I wasn't allowed to come. So I kept my stuff.
Okay.
So he came home, I was like, hey man, here you go. He's like, oh heck no. Like pull the cover of his face, like, I'm good. How evil of you. I was like,
I mean, you told me not to
try to give you the good stuff, man.
Right. Big boy now. Shoot.
He wasn't ready. He's still with the rookies. So I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, man. That's really, I think that was all I was on vacation. So yeah, traveling and studio runs was about the life last week.
That. Okay, cool. See what happened last week. Friday I went to go check out Jessica James. She's an artist from the Greenville area, but she is expanding and doing things that a lot of people don't know about. Like she's been in other countries performing and things like that. Like you met her so at one of the link ups, Jessica James.
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah. She had an unplugged show along with JJ Day and Frank Johnson.
Oh no,
Both.
JJ Day.
Yeah,
See?
I know JJ.
Okay. Yeah. Both super talented guys. Like man, it was a dope show. Like they had a really nice production put together. Like lights, sound, video, the whole nine. Like it was nice. It was nice. So shout out to her and the whole team for putting that together. I also got to finally finish Barack's book, Promised Land, because that thing was long when you're listening to it. Oh my goodness. For anybody that's a fan of him, I recommend listening to it. If you're not a fan of him, I recommend listening to it because there's just a lot of stuff that he goes over with the human aspect that you're just like, wow, like there's a lot that they have to go through and things that they were going through, and you just gotta listen to it. It's nice. It's deep. Like there's parts where I'm like tearing up. There's parts where I'm like, oh man, I believe. And there's other parts where this is just like, dang, that happened. Like what? Like oh yeah, like I remember that too. Like dang, I forgot about that. Just a lot of stuff going on in that book. It's crazy. But last thing, also RP to Tommy D, Tiny Lester Jr., aka Debo. I'm not sure the exact date. Was it Saturday he passed? Or
I think it was Friday. I think it was Friday. I want to say Friday because I know it was either Friday or Thursday because somebody sent me something about it, which I had already seen it, but
I feel like it might have been Thursday.
okay.
It was 4 days ago, so which would have been Thursday.
Okay. And then everybody else started finding out about it Friday and Saturday then.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Very iconic guy. Very iconic.
Yeah, Debo's gonna always be popular.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And in our culture as a whole, like, yeah, you can't take that away. But I didn't want to drop off on a down note. So real quick, I just want to throw this in here because I told her, I was like, hey, one day I'm gonna put this in the show and I'm gonna show everybody. So have y'all ever rode one of the Sling Shots before?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna see how this look on the playback, but if I gotta edit it, I will. But so this is when we were in where were we at? Daytona Beach, and they got we were at the the Hilton down. Is it the Hilton? Yeah, the Hilton down there. And right there beside you got the pier and all that or whatever, and you got the Sling Shot and this other ride or whatever. So we went ahead and jumped on the Sling Shot, and this is what happened, how that looked. All right, so y'all see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Look, I think the camera.
So is this already filming? Or? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, that's high. That is high. Oh man. Okay. Okay.
His face.
He's very compromised.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
All right.
he already like I don't think I should have done this.
So this high.
Huh? Huh?
So like, you're like, we're gonna do this shit. This is some like crazy.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Is this? Oh!
That is Is it like jerking her head?
Oh, I feel like Spider-Man.
He said, I feel like Spider-Man.
Oh my god, I could
Hey, that's
not
bad. I
do
thought it
that.
was gonna be.
But I thought a piece of her hair was gonna fly out. I was scared.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. That's cool.
Oh god,
That's cool.
so fucking cool.
Are y'all back down now?
No, we're still in the air. We're
Oh,
slowly coming
yeah.
back down.
Okay.
It's so fucking cool, yo.
And you slowly see the ground come back closer and closer.
They better like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
All that, I don't know what his face looked like, but I know I was screaming
Yeah.
and laughing at the same time and all of the shit. So, yeah.
She's so calm.
Oh goodness gracious.
It was cool. Like, I put like, my hand up in
You
the
like
air
you
and
crying.
everything.
You put your hand down.
All the way up.
I'm about to put my hand.
My hand was like all the way up. Like when we was coming down, I was like threw my hand up. I was like, what?
No corona, I promise. Okay.
No
That
way.
shit was so
corona.
dope.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Never did that before.
It was so dope.
Which kind of corona? The beer or the COVID corona?
That was
Yo, like, that was so dope.
Yeah.
Just so you know, if you all want to ride again anytime tonight, all your second rides are only $10 a piece.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
That was crazy.
I couldn't do it. I don't even do roller coasters, so.
Yeah,
But it's so fun.
it's fun. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back to the screen. I gotta stop background noises from happening.
Oh, okay. I was about to, but if you go ahead, that's cool. I mean, either or.
Okay, I'll come and get it.
Okay.
Dang. I couldn't do that. I swear.
Shout out to my baby Olivia. Check it out on Instagram. She's got a lot going on. She's about as busy as me, which is hard to believe. Modeling, acting, all that. Playing the violin now, all kinds of other stuff. So she's running.
Okay. Lit.
All right, I'm back.
And there's one other thing I was gonna talk about, but I can't remember what it was before we got into the actual topic. I think the other thing was gonna be what y'all gonna talk about, because we was trying to have that little discussion about these crystals. I was trying to figure
Oh
out
yeah.
this stuff because I'm hearing one thing over here, but then I'm hearing something else over here. So I was gonna just double check with her about all that, but I'll wait until she come back on that episode and we'll go over everything then or whatever. But
I was about to say I can't help you with that one.
But I found some really cool stuff about it because, like, it's just a really cool natural way to, from what I'm seeing, to block odor and stuff. But you have to remember, respectively, that it's in the deodorant department, not the antiperspirant department. Because the antiperspirants are the ones that keep you from sweating. And deodorants keep you from stinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got you.
So, I mean, if you think you're going to put it on and not be sweating a lot, nah, buddy. Not so much. But yeah, we're going to roll into the topic. So what I was going to say before was in regards to the link up show that we have coming up. how our dear friend passed was also due to gun violence. You know, however it happened, it still happened, and it shouldn't have happened. But you know, I guess we kind of go into, you know, what is like the reasons and causes and the ins and outs of like why are we here today where in just one town in America can have up to 5 or more, you know, gun violence incidences where there's someone injured, someone pulled a gun, someone got killed by a gun, or whatever the case. And it's just so much every single day. Like this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I have the same questions too because like I've been telling you before, like back home, it wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm from a small little country town in South Carolina, and like I was told like not too long ago because me and my uncles and cousins was talking about it. Like they were shooting across the street from one little bar to the other bar, like cowboys and Indians, like legit
Wow.
shooting across the 4 lane at each other.
4 lanes.
Wow.
Yeah, like they were shooting across the road from each other. It's either a 4 lane there or it's just a 2 lane road. But either way,
Yeah.
one was on one side of the street, the others was on the other side of the street. They were shooting from each side of the street. Like I was like, what?
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nutty because it's like so many people after I left, like it slowly got worse. And over the past few years, it's been getting even worse because like my little cousin, like he don't have his father because of that. Like,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? He's 3 now and he got shot and killed about 2 years ago. So when he was about 1.5 ish, if I got my numbers correct. But you know, I don't know the exact story on what happened, but I know he was shot and killed. There's another guy. It was about a year, not even a year ago. It's probably getting close to a year. I've been knowing him since he was a young kid, you know, and he was just going to the store really for his grandma. Shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? And he was an up and coming rap artist back home. Like he was making big moves. All of a sudden, boom.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
it's just crazy. Because a lot of times it's like I feel like a lot of time it's senseless because it's just a simple fact of I see a lot of you from this set and I'm from this set and I'm just killing you because my set don't like your set. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm shooting at you because my set don't like your set, which is crazy because it's like a lot of times the ones that are doing the shooting have just came in, you know, they're just doing it. They don't even know the whole story behind what it is because a lot of the gang mentality is you're for us, regardless of what's going on. You might not know the 100% backstory, but you see them. It's on site. You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy part to me.
Now, it's even crazier, like, even though that is a part of it, but from what I'm seeing now is like, that's how I feel. I mean, like I said, it's still a part of it, but that's how it used to be almost strictly, but now it's like branched out to just, it seems like everybody just shooting. You know what I mean?
Another thing, yeah, a lot.
Like the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, it's like it seems like you don't see many fights no more, or if it's a fight, the person that got beat up or got the best of them, they come back shooting.
Right.
Or it's, oh, like we had in our second episode, oh, you looked at my girl the wrong way, and that starts an argument, and boom, somebody gets shot. You know what I'm saying? It's usually it's usually something simple that could just be, all right, man, we're gonna talk about this. My bad, da da da. Or we could just throw hands and be done with it, or keep throwing hands until we get the best of each other and we tie out and we just whatever. But
you know, prime example off of that, the bar right beside Habiba's,
oh, Coliseum,
yeah. So there was a video back in the summertime. Buddy came in, he was, you know, was he talking to a girl the wrong way or something like that? Or what was it? It started.
I don't remember exactly how it started, but I saw the videos and it was crazy because he came back through the back door.
Yeah, but I'll say just before that part, security already got Buddy out, and you know it was supposed to be done and over with, whatever. Then, like Scooby was saying, he then comes in the back of the building, and then was he straight? Was he targeting the security guy, or was he just shooting? So I wasn't clear.
See, I wasn't clear on that.
Wow.
I wasn't clear on that, but I know the security guy got shot,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because then he
Yes.
get shot. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wow.
And at the time, he was okay, but then later when he got to the hospital, then he passed away.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
It's sad. Like, I don't know. I think everybody has guns and nobody thinks. Everybody thinks that the guns are cool. They wear them for show to show off that they got it. But at the end of the day, like, it's like a coward move to me, to a way. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You
I
know
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. It's a clout thing. It's a clout.
it is, and it's like the wrong people have them. Like back in the day, like first of all, somebody has a gun, they don't broadcast it. You know what I'm saying? It's just something you have. It's like your backup, your safety, but you don't broadcast it.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, it's like everybody want to have one and show off that they have it and look like they popping. I don't know what it is. And then I think too, the peer pressure comes from it. Oh, you got it. You know, now they try it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because the rule of thumb is if you pull it out, you got to use it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think that's part of it, is that the peer pressure comes in. Somebody pop off at you, see what you're gonna do, or see if you're really about that life or whatever. And now you forced into a situation, you know what I'm saying, that takes your life away just like that, or your freedom,
Right.
And so I just think it's senseless. I don't think people value life anymore. And it's sad, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember growing up being scared of, hell and, committing a sin, you know what I'm saying? But it's
Right.
like now these little kids just be like, and I say kids because there's a lot of young people behind these triggers, and then they're illegal guns. So it's like, where are they getting them from? It's sickening. It's scary. It's sickening because you don't know. I have a friend here. His name is City. He's a pretty popular guy here. He's an activist. He was riding home one night from his radio station, and a car full of young dudes pulled up on him and opened fire on him just like that, and then drive by. And I mean, the only thing that saved him was the side mirror on his truck. It caught the bullet that really would have went into his chest. So he got hit in his leg, and I want to say his arm or something like that. He's okay, but had the officer told him, like, had that mirror not been there, that would have been his life, possibly.
Right.
And it's just like, it's so sad,
Yeah.
It's just sad. You can't even ride in the car. Like, you know how scary it is to ride in a car at night, or really any time. But especially at night, because you can't see in that other car what they're doing, what they're pulling out. Like, you know how many times I've like took off from traffic lights just because it's a weird looking car. It looks weird. Look at Draco in the back. It looks weird to me. And he looked at the camera, like he turned around and looked to see if y'all saw him, I think. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I just was driving, and then it's like a weird looking car pull up, and they looking at me, and I'm like, shit. I'm at shit. You know what I'm saying? And then afterwards, I'd be like, fool, they still could have shot you. You know what I'm saying? But I thank God, like, I've been covered. But it's sad that you even got to think like that.
Yeah. And I mean, at the same time, it's like you said, like, it feels like a status thing, and everybody's showing it. It's just like on social media with everything. It blows my mind that people post guns and drugs and stuff on their social media. It's like, do you not understand, like, not just people around you can see it, like the law can see it. Anybody. Like, and what reason why I learned that is because I've seen people do stupid stuff and post it on YouTube, not necessarily guns and stuff, but like I've seen people that, like, ride dirt bikes and stuff in the street illegally, and they post them on YouTube and stuff like that. Like, they have to stop posting after they get in trouble, because if they get caught posting again, they're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get charged, even though they didn't catch them while they were doing it, but you were doing it.
Yeah, it's the evidence that you were doing it.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised, what police use videos for. Like, you may not have done anything. However, if they're looking for a certain suspect or a gun, and they do happen to come across your profile, your name comes up, and you have something that even looks close to what they're looking for, they're gonna come for you because they want to talk to you. They want to figure out what that was in your video, if that's what they were looking for. You know what I'm saying? So again, like you said, social media is a good thing, but it's a gift and a curse for those that don't use it the right way. You know what I'm saying? It's screwing them up. And you'd be surprised how many dummies actually tell on themselves, like you said, just posting. Doing stupid stuff and then posting about it, bragging about it. And then 5 minutes later, now you're crying to your mama.
Right, exactly. And I mean, like me personally, I have guns. I hunt, but also for my protection.
Right.
But I'm not on social media like broadcasting it to the world for all my followers and friends to see. I got a few friends that are gun enthusiasts that like guns, and I send them personal videos or personal pictures of those types of things.
Right.
But I'm not finna sit here and post on my story me out here busting rounds and showing everybody what I got. I don't want you to know what I got.
Right.
Yeah.
Are things sacred anymore?
No, not really.
Not really.
not with these. Nope.
That's silly. That's a tool.
Like for real,
Right.
like my dad had a rifle, and I never knew until like it was almost like close to his dying day. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the only reason I really found out, we called hospice in to for his transition. And so with that, they moved the bed, they break the bed down, they bring out a hospital bed and all that. And their bed was a king size bed, so we had to move it. And we broke it down. It was a brand new rifle in a box under the bed with bullets. Never knew. Like, you know what I'm saying? He had it, of course, I guess, to protect you. I don't know, to protect us and his household. But again, it's just not something he discussed.
Yeah, Same thing with my dad. Like, until he passed, we didn't even know he had a handgun. And bullets, everything, ready to go. And just like the old saying back then, is for your home protection.
Yeah.
I never knew a thing about it. But I did want to peel back a couple layers though. So, I'm all for, gun rights and, with Second Amendment, regards to right to bear arms and all that and everything. And I know the huge argument behind it right now is, automatic weapons versus hunting weapons versus like handguns and stuff. Well, from what I'm seeing, the automatic weapons are the small percentage equated for like the mass shootings, well, quote unquote mass shootings that we have today. Then you have the majority of the killings by handguns, and then you got your, your regular, hunting guns and stuff like that, whatever. It might be like a little accident or something, whatever. Someone might get hit or something like that, whatever.
Right.
But, that's pretty much kind of like what I'm seeing. So it's, from what I'm seeing, majority of it is like the handguns. So it's like, okay, if that's where the issue's coming from, and like, so you said they have illegal guns that they're getting. So how do you kind of, find this balance? Is it in the background check? Is it in trying to keep people from reselling these guns? Is it people stealing the guns and then selling them? Like,
it's a little bit of both, because what ends up happening is I watched a documentary about it, which I watch a lot of documentaries about illegal stuff that shouldn't be happening in the world. And, they do those documentaries and stuff, and they have people snitching and, saying this is what they do. But a lot of times with illegal guns, what they actually do is they break into these pawn shops and stuff, and they just wipe them out, or they break into houses and then they resell them.
Right.
And that's how of times, cars, yeah, that's how they're getting these illegal guns. Because, of course, the pawn shop can report it or whatever, but they're going to resell them on the street to just whoever wants them. They're not going to try to bring them back to a pawn shop or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I've seen, how a lot of illegal guns get on the street. But then you also have situations where people do buy guns for people and put them in their names for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, in all actuality, I feel like that's stupid. I mean, in essence, because what if something happens with that gun you just put in your name and
Right.
that other person did it? So at this point, you're technically responsible because you bought that weapon. That weapon is in your name. So the only way you're gonna get out of that is throwing that person under the bus and say
Right.
they stole it from you. That's it.
Suspect number one.
So you're a part of it at that point.
Yeah. And then you have some people who, because I watch First 48 a lot too, where they'll try to throw it in the river or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
In hopes of not getting caught, which ironically they always seem, well, I ain't gonna say always, but at least on First 48, they usually find a way into that river or wherever and come knocking on those doors later. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm glad they do, because it again it's bad, man. It's like, I just don't understand how somebody could take somebody's life and not have any remorse. Like,
Right.
just live day to day. Like,
Or get to that point to take their life.
yeah, that too. Like, again, like I said, when I was a kid, and I mean, I still am, I'm scared of, hell. I'm not trying to go to hell. Like, from what I was told, it is just something I don't, like, sometimes I do think we live in hell right now, but that's a different conversation. But you know what I'm saying? I'm still not trying to test it to find out either. So.
Right. And it's just like, I like you said, I don't condone gun violence, like it's not a thing, but I've seen a video online. I can't remember exactly where it was and where it happened, but this guy, he killed another guy in a Walmart. And they were doing, when they sentence them, they bring the family in and the family wants to talk to him and ask questions, and he agreed to answer. And the dad stood up and he was like, well, I want to know why you killed my son. And his reply, I respected his reply, but killing him was not the answer. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just respect his reply. And he looked at him and he said, your son was in a position to kill me, so I killed him first. And I was like, okay, you fear for your life, I respect it, but you didn't have to walk up on that man in broad daylight and just drop him in front of people. You know what I'm saying?
Was that the one here at this Walmart?
I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah,
but I respected his answer and his response, because most just stand there silent and be like, I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing. I ain't got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? Or they just won't say nothing at all, But that guy had enough respect to say his reasoning behind why he did it. And I respect his reasoning. I don't know what they were going through, but at least he had a legit reason to say, hey, this is why I did what I did.
Right. So how much time did he get?
I don't think he got sentenced yet. I forgot the exact time. I don't think they even went through the full trial and everything yet. But
there was so much going on. That just kind of went.
Yeah, it kind of happened. Everything happened, and then it just kind of, went under the radar. So I guess it's one of those things. We know it was him. It's no real, we just got to give him his time. So I never heard anything else about it. It was just because that actual post, I saw it and I was just like, wow, like I've never really seen somebody that killed somebody actually have a legit reasoning behind it versus like being other than a serial killer or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I've known a couple of people that had situations, something like that, or they were being robbed, or and even I always question, like, what would I do? But then I guess you just never know until you're in that moment.
From my understanding, from what they train you on when you get your concealed weapons permit, is this, don't hold me to this, but this is what I've been told. They teach you to shoot to kill. Period. Because a lot of people don't understand, if you shoot somebody and they're unable to go to work or unable to do stuff to keep them going, they can sue you. They can sue you.
Now we're getting to another area. Okay, the reasonings and the logistics behind everything. Okay.
Yeah, like people can legit sue you for shooting them, even if they were in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like it just really depends upon the situation and who it is.
Mm. Wow.
That makes sense.
Because now I can't fend for myself the rest of my life, and you shot me. We might have been in a fight, but you shot me.
Right.
Yeah, because now we're in a world where even if you did something wrong, you can still sue somebody just because you have the ability to sue somebody.
Exactly.
So yeah, man. Hmm. Yeah,
That's
that's a whole
crazy.
other layer to it.
Yeah, it's so many factors and situations that could go into play when it comes to gun violence, because a lot of times nobody gives the straight story on what happened, because yeah, the person that's still alive, they could tell their story, but we don't know the story from the person who got killed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so many different scenarios that can go into play with all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
All right. So
crazy.
another quick layer. All right. So they're talking about, having within the background checks, check on the mental illness and whatnot, if there is any, and keeping those individuals from having guns. All right. So how do you know that someone clean record, had no issues, just so happen to get a gun, but they have a really, really, really bad day, and then that's what sets them off, and then do whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
that
can't.
the thing with the mental illness thing is it's
Mm.
like previous mental illnesses. So if you have, from my understanding, for example, domestic violence charge or stuff like, or you've been deemed insane or things of that sort, those are the things that they're looking for. But like you said, you can just have a Joe that has a bad day,
Mm,
somebody tease him off too bad and he goes shoots and
Mm-hmm.
kills him. You know what I'm saying? So I
mhm.
get where you come from. That's a real gray area there, because it's hard to determine that when somebody doesn't have a bad record, they never had a situation where they've been deemed crazy or anything like that. Mentally ill, correction, not crazy, mentally ill.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the proper thing, mentally ill. So that is also very hard to determine. You know what I'm saying? And it's 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 just so gray, man.
It is.
It's
It
so
is.
hard.
That's
It's
why I'm
so
just
hard.
like,
What?
it's a tough one. I know
Yeah.
we've had road rage incidents here in Atlanta
Mm,
that were like that. It was people who never had a record, and then all of a sudden they go into prison because they done kill somebody on 285, just like that, in road rage.
Because they almost hit their brand new car, or they
They almost
almost
hit
hit
their
their.
car. I've
mm.
seen one story where the guy said that the person flashed a gun at him, so he chased him and shot him. It's just like, okay,
See,
he
that's unnecessary. Okay, he flashed his gun, big whoop.
right.
Okay, he's just letting you know he got a gun. He's going
Right.
on his way. Don't go following him. You followed the trouble.
Hmm.
Right. And so that's why, you know what I'm saying? So I've seen that like literally happen here in Atlanta for real, right on 285. And it's crazy because, again, it's just people coming home from work, regular day. Yes, that traffic can stress you out. Oh, I know. Yes.
And you already
But
had a
my
rough day
God,
at work.
I've never, ever in my life, I've thought about getting like a bulldozer and shove them out my way or something. But
Right.
I've never, ever thought about shooting anybody because of, cutting me off or something. Like, it's just not that
Yeah.
serious.
Right.
Right.
Because that reminds me of this time at my old job. So, we working, blah, blah, blah. We find out the next day that some of the new guys that was working with us, they pulled off, and whatever happened at this stoplight down the street, they got into a conflict with the dude in the next car, and then they like shot him at the stoplight and then kept on going. Like they called him later or whatever. It's happening in Greer, South Carolina. But it was like, yo, like what? Like this was like
Yeah.
at 3:15 in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to go somewhere. They just got off work. Like, come on, man. Like, it's not that serious. Like,
Right.
and road rage is a whole other subject because, like, that's why, like, if I go to Florida and if someone got a problem, I'm straight.
Here too.
I am Mr. Road Rage himself, but I am a habitual cursor, so I just curse the people out like they can hear me. I'm screaming at them. Like it's just like, but I'm not the one that's gonna be like pull over, roll my window down, flip you off, and scream at you and stuff. Like I scream at you from a distance. I just let it out because I know either within the next couple miles you're either gonna turn right or left, or I'm gonna turn right or left. We're gonna go our separate ways. So what's the point of me keep trying to chase you down? Like it's pointless.
Mm-hmm. For that shit or nothing. I just be like, I'm like, yeah, but they gone. I be like, you got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cuss you out. Oh, I'm gonna cuss you out. Oh, I'm gonna cuss you out in my car with the windows up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to I feel you. I'm just trying to make it home.
That's all I'm
Right.
trying to do. And the only
Yeah.
reason why I cussed you out because you almost made me wreck.
Yeah.
That's about it. Or you slowing up the process. That's it.
Mhm.
Mm-mm-mm.
And what's crazy is because like until I went to the gun range and like I was, told Scooby before, like that was the first time I actually shot an actual handgun, like a gun, not like a BB gun, like an actual handgun. Like when you hit the trigger, it is so easy. Like that thing is just like pop. It's just like so. I get in the instance for a lot of people where they have like accidental shootings or whatever, how easy that can be because it's just so gentle that you can hit that trigger and it's just done that fast. But I mean,
But again, I'm gonna speak being a gun owner. That's where gun safety comes into play. That's why accidental shooting shouldn't happen. If you're showing somebody your gun or whatever, it should be completely unloaded, no clip, no bullets, everything out of it. Period. I don't care who you are. Like, why are you showing somebody a loaded gun? Like, no. If like when I was showing my cousin my gun, I legit dropped my clip, racked it out, made sure it was completely open. Boom, here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I got a new gun because he's a gun owner too. So.
No, that's real. That's real. I have a friend that got shot over the summer by accident. And it was something similar. It was a new gun. And the clip was empty or whatever. I don't know. Something. I wasn't there, so I just know what they said. But the guy was like, yeah, it's empty, see? And the first time nothing came out. When he did it the second time, he shot himself in the head. It ricocheted and hit my friend in the leg.
wow.
Nuts, man.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's why I don't care for him. Like I've heard too many, like I lost classmates like during school holidays. Literally, so-and-so passed away Christmas break, got shot accidentally. And it's like so I just I stay away from it. I just feel like,
and they're not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with them. Like my dad is an avid hunter. He has multiple guns. He taught me proper gun safety as a child. And I've been shooting guns since I was maybe 5, 6 years old. I want to say maybe 7. Like I think I was like 12 or 13. I begged my dad to get me a rifle for Christmas that year. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to go shoot squirrels. So like that's what I got for Christmas. Like that was our thing. So like it's one thing to know what you're doing, but it's another thing. It's like guns are not toys, and that's what a lot of people think they are, or they're just an accessory just to show off. And that's not what it's for. It's for protection and to gather food. That's it, period. And then not necessarily protection from another human being. It could be a protection from an animal. You know what I'm saying? Like it is not necessarily protection from humans because a lot of times like people live way out in the country, like wolves and bears and crap run up to their doorsteps at any point in time, raccoons, anything, you know what I'm saying? So you have it for those aspects, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's for those specific things. It's just like anything else in life. People don't get a full understanding of the things that they think are quote unquote cool. They don't understand the reasoning behind why those things are made and why they're here for us to use.
Right.
It's a tool. That's what it's for. It's a tool.
Now, branching off of the protective aspect, because I have a lot of aunties that CWP and packing in their purse. Like when I found out such and such, when I was like, she got a gun? What? Okay. All right. Go ahead. Like, I know how you definitely feel about it, but So like, how do you feel in regards to just the protection aspect of it? You not, it's just there, just in case, like, you know.
I mean, I got friends that have them. I don't. Maybe because maybe I need to go through a class and get comfortable. But again, my biggest fear, a freak accident happening. Like I just seen so many happen. Like I guess it put the fear in me where I just don't even want it like in my house. Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like my mom was like that. Like when my dad passed away and we found out the rifle, like my mom made my sister come get that out the house like immediately. Like she was like, get it out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm just kind of like, I just don't want nobody, like this is how I look at it too. So you can carry, right? But let's say if you go like to a school, or I shouldn't even say that. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a place where you can't take it and then you have to leave it in your car. Now you risk somebody taking it out your car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now you're risking yourself getting in trouble because like we said earlier, these idiots go use it for the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's yours legally. It was in your car. But now you got to prove all of this. You know what I'm saying? Or what if somebody breaking your house and you don't get to it in time?
That's the good thing about legal guns. They are registered directly to you in your name. So if it's stolen, it's got a VIN number just like anything else. And if somebody steal it out of your car and go do something stupid, 9 times out of 10, they didn't have enough time to file the VIN number off of it. The only time you'll get one with a filed VIN number is somebody stole it and they resold it. Or they took time to scratch the VIN number off. They knew what they were going to do or what have you. But majority of the times they're able to go back through records. It'll take them a while because of how big gun sales are. However, they'll be able to come back and say, all right, you legally own this gun. You didn't do the crime. It was stolen from you. So boom, you're out, you're in the clear. And like he was saying with women, like I encourage women to carry, but you don't necessarily have to carry a gun. Carry something.
Yeah.
If it's nothing but pepper spray, or like they're making these keychains now that have the pointy things on you, stick your fingers in, you need some type of protection. But with like your fear, I could honestly say that's understandable. I feel like at the same time, if you were to take a CWP class, you would feel more comfortable because you would be able to have an instructor show you the ins and outs and the safeties and everything, the precautions you're supposed to take to being a gun owner. And that will make you feel a lot more comfortable versus just going out and just trying to buy a gun and carrying a gun, because at that particular point, you're going to be extra precautious on how you carry it, when you carry it, how it's carried, and so on and so forth. So that'll give you that peace of mind that it's not going to necessarily happen, but it could happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there are locks and boxes, and like I got all that. I have a lock box. My dad has a gun cabinet. Like it's always been like straight safety. It's never been a toy in my eyes or anywhere. Like my mom has never really shot a gun. She's never been my dad is a hunter. She respects it, because my dad taught us all. But she's to the point now, like she wanted for safety purposes. You know what I'm saying? So she does want to take the CWP class. She wants to learn how to shoot properly. So because she's older, she's an older lady. So she wants to be able to protect herself if something were to occur, to where she, and like she does, she sits on the porch all the time. They stay out in the country. You never know who might pull up to your house,
Yeah. True.
So she want to be able to just, be able to feel that safety, because I think 2 of my other aunts got theirs. Well, a bunch of my cousins and my family, they went in a big group, but it was mostly the women in my family. I think 2 or 3 of my guy cousins went, but it was mainly the women in my family. They all went and took the class at the same time, and they all carry now. And they, they feel a lot differently about it. So
okay, I have to look into it. I do carry a little something.
If it ain't nothing but a can of mace, carry
Yeah.
it.
Like, them tasers came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence because like there's one side of me that's like, okay, I don't know when that day is going to be where I come out of a gig and then someone going to try to stick me up or something. But then there's the other side where it's like, well, I don't want to be responsible for taking somebody's life also. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm in that middle ground where I'm like, I don't know, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's best if you do it, is to have your concealed. Like I've seen a video of an incident that happened at a Waffle House. Guy was sitting at the bar at the Waffle House, minding his business, and it's a group of guys. They were drunk or whatever, and they start harassing him. And the guy actually tried to put his hands on him, so he shot him. It's all on camera. He shot him. The dude ran out of the door. He took his gun. He sat it on the counter. He called 911. Said, "Hey, I was being harassed. The guy tried to attack me. I have my concealed weapons. I shot him. I don't know which way he went. He left, but my gun's here on the counter. You can run the reel back, what have you. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have that just in case, like you said, you have to protect yourself in a situation. Like you said, we do a lot of gigs in dark places. You know what I'm saying? And we're the last people leaving.
A lot of times, yeah.
A lot of times we're the first day and the last to leave. So in a dark place, you're loading up these $1,000 worth of equipment by yourself. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Not to mention whatever cash you might have just got.
Exactly, because a lot of times we get paid in cash most times. So it's just that security you want to have, but at the same time, it's just like you said, you don't want to be responsible for injuring or taking someone's life, because now you have to live with that. Yeah. Even though you were protecting yourself. So the rest of your life, you got, even though it was a protection situation, it went on and you didn't get, now you still got to reminisce on, I shot and killed this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I always think back, and this might be a poor reasoning tool, but there was this one particular anime episode that I saw, and this is after something else had happened in the show. But basically, these guys were kidnapping this kid that were really close to these, top tier, like pirate type guys or whatever. And the guys that were trying to kidnap the kid were like, trying to be all big and bad or whatever. But then the guy on their team walked to the captain of the pirates and put a gun to his head. And he was like, I think you should leave or something like that. And he was like, if you pull your weapon, you better use it. And he was like, why? And then his partner came up behind him and just pow, shot him in the head. And the reason I'm getting to behind that is that if you have something, you don't pull it out unless you intend to use it. And
exactly.
I feel that if someone is messing with me and I end up pulling it out, I'm gonna end up using it. Whether it was intended to kill them or if I, hit them in the leg or arm or whatever, they're gonna get hit. You know what I mean? So that's also another. I'm like, I don't know, because I know. Look, say what?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Because in most instances, you don't want that to happen, but it's that is a good point. Like you said, if you're gonna pull it out, use it. Like you need to. Like period.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. It's like an idle threat at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can, I think you can get a charge for just pulling a gun on somebody, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why? That's just like assault charges. Like, hey, if I'm gonna get a charge, I'm gonna get a charge. it's like I'm not gonna just pull this on you. If they gonna charge me for pulling this, I'm gonna shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
we're already here now, so might as well.
We here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Just on some real stuff. Like one time, I feel the same way as Soup though, because it's like one time I was in a domestic relationship, and there was plenty of times I could have stabbed him or I could have did all kind of evil stuff to him, but I always was like, I don't want to go to jail, or I don't want to have to prove. Backwards. Yeah, I don't even want to be bothered. Like, I just want to live my life. Like, if he just get the hell on, leave me alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people be like, why didn't you just do this? And why didn't you just, because, like.
I think about the consequences and what my life is going to be like after that.
Yeah.
It's just a struggle.
I don't want to be questioned 10,000 times. And try to make me twist my story. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes women, not changing the subject, but sometimes, depending on who you are, what happened to the victim, they believe you and, they'll take care of you. But then sometimes they going to play devil's advocate and question you. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to stress. Like,
yeah. Now, I was going to dip into two more things real quick before we get out of here. So and the second one's going to kind of go back to what you were saying just now, Soso. But the first one was, okay, so I got my CWP, I got my gun, I'm only using it, for protection and things like that. All right, now, worst case scenario, because, I don't know if all of us have been there, but I know I've been there. But when you hit that real deep depression state and it's hard to come out of, I also don't want that to be around me as an option. You know what I mean?
Right. I get what you're saying.
Like that part also scares me because even though I've been there and I haven't been there in a minute, but I don't want me to go back there and that be accessible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
perfect
So
sense.
It does. And that goes back to the mentally ill situation, because a lot of people do go through depressions and stuff like that, and they don't actually go and get diagnosed for it.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it's accessible to them. So here we are. You know what I'm saying? So I get your point there. That's a valid point.
yeah, because I know somebody out here thinking about it, like, man, like So I'm just trying to think about all the ins and outs of this,
Yeah.
But
No, that's real.
the next thing, go ahead.
Like all police not even qualified to have one.
Well,
No.
yeah.
Look at what we're going through right now.
No.
But they 90 days of training or something like that, or
Yeah.
what is it?
It's something, but
Something.
they're not qualified. Most of them, they got their own mental illness or anger and been bullied in high school and trying to prove a point. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just never know. Like,
You don't. You really don't. You really don't at all.
And the second thing I was going to go into kind of like what you were saying about, the females protecting themselves. I don't remember the name of the lady or the town or whatever, but I remember the general situation was someone came into her house. She shot a warning shot, but still got charged for something or whatever. So where do the gun laws, where do those laws blur, the lines blur when you're doing something right, but it still backfires? Or how do you keep it in the realm to keep you protected? You know what I mean? Because it's like, I feel like also like, okay, if I got this, then somewhere along the line, I feel like there's gonna be that one person that's gonna twist the law to where it's gonna backfire on me. But even though I'm doing what the law says in my town or city or whatever, you know what I mean?
yep, that was that lady in Florida, wasn't it?
Yeah, in Florida, yeah.
She did like 20 years for that too, didn't she? Or they sentenced her to 20 years and she eventually got off, but she did some time behind that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because she shot a warning shot? When did she shot a warning shot or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
because
the ceiling.
well, was she this is a question. I don't know the full backstory. Was she in an apartment or was she in a house?
House.
She's in a house.
Right.
Okay, so let me make this clear. Florida has some of the weirdest laws.
They do.
When things happen in Florida, I just kind of say, "Oh," because like we've seen so many instances, like like the Trayvon Martin incident, and you have other instances of different crimes that I've seen that happen in Florida, and it's just like, huh? You got what because of what? Because just spinning off just a random thing. A lady, grandma got locked up in Florida last year because she had CBD.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, she forgot. I think she either had it in her bag or it was either the drops or something like that. She had it for herself, because CBD is technically legal.
I remember the drop situation. Yeah.
It was while I was in Florida last year. It happened like while we were, because matter of fact, shout out to Charlemagne. he actually spoke about it because that's when I met him while I was down there. I don't think I ever told you about that, but he was at Disney World the same time, and he saw the old lady get locked up because he spoke about it. Yeah, he spoke about it on Breakfast Club when he came back from vacation. Because my mom was talking about it because it was on the news while we were there. Like, I think she might have been like close to 70, in between 70, maybe 80-ish, somewhere around in there. She wasn't very old, but you know, it was something that's legal, and she got locked up for it because she had it.
Yeah,
it's crazy. That's why I was like.
So I just looked it up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You did? You just looked it up? You saw it?
Yeah. No, I looked up the Florida lady. So yeah, she was in an abusive relationship with her husband, and she fired a warning shot in the house. And Florida didn't have a warning shot law or stand your ground law for it, so she was sentenced to 20 years. And then they appealed it, and she got off. But after that, in 2014, the governor at that time went ahead and signed it into law, where he corrected Stand Your Ground bill, which was advanced by the legislature. He signed it in after that. But yeah, she literally was about to lose 20 years of her life because she fired a warning shot to save her life.
See,
so that's the stuff that I be like the devil's advocate stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And again, like I said, don't hold me to it. They say shoot, kill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like whatever works.
It's this internet connection, man. All right, we're back. We're back. All right.
There you go. All right. Well, when you freeze, we all get nervous.
And we almost done. That's the crazy part.
Right.
But yeah, that's wild. That's wild. But again, then you gotta also, like you said, go into the other scenarios. What if she would have actually just shot him? You know what I'm saying? And just not even killed him. She still probably would have lost so many years of her life because she's got to sit there and defend this domestic thing that has been going on between their relationship. And at this particular point, if it has not been reported,
right,
all they got to go off is y'all had a domestic dispute and you shot him.
Right.
Yep. Shoot, what did Chappelle say? It was a bird shot, buckshot, bird shot, buckshot, buckshot, buckshot.
No. It's bird shot. Then it's
two birds, then buck.
Yeah.
Okay.
You pepper them up with the bird shot. Because that's all the bird shot really does. It just peppers you up. It's not a really heavy load. But that buckshot, that's triple out. Imagine, she gonna spread you. She gonna spread you good. But like you don't know what could have been going on though. Yeah, it's so crazy how people just use them as those type of situations, and it's just sad, yo. Like the domestic thing, that's what I was gonna go back to. So back to the domestic violence thing. Like I have a cousin that actually died. From my understanding, he was actually abusing his girlfriend or whatever, and she stabbed him. And he had a blood issue all his life, so basically he just bled out and died.
Right.
Oh,
she was
man.
protecting herself. She was protecting herself, but she got sentenced.
See
she got charged. She's in jail right now.
See?
She's sitting in jail right now for it. And I mean, I can't say that I dislike her for killing my cousin, but my cousin was doing something he shouldn't have been doing in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying my cousin really was abusing her. I don't know what the entire situation was. I just read what was in the papers, what was in the report that they would actually show. And, you know, and it's sad overall because she has multiple children.
Yeah.
Now she has to go sit in jail and nobody's there to take care. Mom nor dad are either there. You know what I'm saying? So now we got a whole situation with kids that don't have either parents.
Yeah, see, that's the stuff I'm talking about.
And I now understand. That's what brought me to that scenario, because you was like, she shot the warning shot and it was a domestic abuse situation. I knew it was something, but yeah, same scenario, but the scenario ended the way it did.
Yep. And that's how I could have did old boy. I promise you. Like he took like glass vases. Like he would break them up, glass everywhere. It was easy for me to pick up a piece of glass and just slice it. The butcher knife. My dad had like a whole knife set. He was a chef. So like he took the biggest knife out of there, the butcher knife. And he came at me, slashed my tires. Like it's just so many times I could have flipped stuff on him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was just like, go. Like just go. Like I'll call the police, he'll run. You know, they show up, they'll be like, well, if he comes back, you know. I'll be dead.
All right. So I guess to kind of wrap up, is there a reasonable solution or a process that we can do? Because I know I have a friend in London, and like with Europe, they have like almost no issues because of their gun laws and everything. Like they might have maybe 5 out of the whole year that has something to do with a gun.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? Like when she came over here, like we was walking through Walmart, and you know how like in the hunting section they got the guns in the rack. She was stuck looking at the gun and ran into a shelf because she was like, y'all got guns out here like that? Like, yeah, you know, whatever. But, you know, coming back to the end, you know, like, is there, like, what can we do at this point? Because if you start talking about gun laws or restrictions and things like that, then you got the NRA involved and everybody else talking about, hey, you're trying to take my guns and everything. But then again, you know, does it start at the process of the gun purchase? Does it come to, you know, trying to keep guns from being stolen? Is it a little bit of everything? Or like
it's a little bit of everything, but what I think a lot of situation comes down to, it is I'm not supposed to have it anyway, so I got it situation, so I'm gonna do it. It's just like anything else. It's like you're told not to do certain things, but you do it just because you're told not to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we living in the Wild Wild West, you know, these days. Like, I mean, look at what the country is going through. Just the election, November 3rd, and today's December 14th, and we still listening to this man say he's not stepping out. Like, it's just crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, even if you want to go the spiritual route, like, we're living, you know, in those times. And so it's like, I think it's a combination of everything, you know, and drugs, you have to put all of that stuff into consideration. These kids are psyched out on stuff and listening to music. And I'm not going to blame all rap music, you know, but you have a fair amount of rap music that is influential, you know, like you said, you got gangs, you just got so many factors.
Yeah.
And I think when the gun laws kind of got loosened up, this could be a whole nother topic too. I do think that it was kind of political, and also, you know, to help the good boy. What do you call them?
Good old boys, or talking about the new group they talked about.
What do you call them? The Proud Boys. The Proud Boys. Yeah.
That's the new
one. I do think that some of the laws were loosened, you know, to help the Proud Boys. You know what I'm saying? You know, I do think one day we're going to go into we're already kind of in it, another war, but here in the U.S. And I do think that the law was meant to help the Proud Boys, and our young bucks took advantage. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that was part of the plan too, for us to kill each other off. You know what I'm saying? But it's just so many factors. That's just the way I see it, you know?
Yeah. And another thing, back to like you were saying about the militias, but the funny thing is, it doesn't matter who they're, you know what I'm saying, like the Proud Boys or whatever. I've seen where I've seen documentaries where they talked about militias, and they were like, yo, we don't have a problem with them, because at the end of the day, we have the same views. We want our rights to bear arms. They don't have problems with each other. Like, they have problems with the government trying to take their guns away, whether you're white, black, Puerto Rican, polka dotted or purple. They believe that they should have the right to bear arms, which I'm with them on that. But the thing is, don't run around here parading these assault rifles and stuff, man. Like, it's not, they're cool. They look awesome. They shoot cool. Don't get me wrong, I want one myself just because I like them. They're cool. I'm gonna use one to possibly hunt deer with and other bigger animals because I do want to hunt some big stuff later on in life. So, but yeah, it's just mainly that. And in the right to bear arms is it should be, we all should be able to own guns, but for the purpose of, like I said before, protection and survival for food and to help yourself live. And that's about it. But not everybody views it as that particular point.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I know right now Texas is kind of crazy because this is what open carry you in Texas.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Straight
man.
open carry in Texas. But at the same time, you don't hear about a lot of gun violence in Texas.
Well,
At least I don't. At least I don't. At least I don't.
No, I was gonna say because like that. I'm not trying to go into another stick because I'm trying to wrap it up. But I mean that's another thing. It's like okay, you can have it to where everybody has a gun and everybody know not to mess with nobody, or you can have it to where some do, some don't. But is everybody gonna behave? You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
weird psychological. You know what I'm saying? Game. But at the end, they just trying to make money selling guns.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I know
right.
here certain places you can carry if you have your permit. You can have it out. You know what I'm saying? So.
I don't know. It's great. It's like you said. It's the Wild Wild West. It's literally, it is what it is. I don't really know how to wrap a subject like that up because it's so open. It just keeps going. Really, we just need to, as a people, just to come to common sense on, using these tools, that's how they are just tools to use them properly. Stop using these tools to commit crimes. Just all that, because it all intertwines with everything. It's just, I don't know. It's deep. It's deep.
Super deep.
Yeah.
But as far as anything else going on, for anybody that's listening and you catch this episode this week, be sure to come out to Habiba's in Greenville, South Carolina, off Haywood Road. We're going to have our benefit show. Doors open at 4. Am I correct? Yes. Mm-hmm. Show starts at 5. We're going to have 20 artists lined up. It's going to be great food, great drinks. It'll be early, so you can bring your kids. I don't know about language in the song, so just be careful. If you let them listen to it at home, you'll be all right here. Anything else y'all got going on coming up?
Nah, I mean, just doing little family things here and there for Christmas and stuff like that. Just different things here and there.
Sounds fun. Yeah, nothing big for me. Just journeying on up to be with you guys on Sunday. The link up. I just really hope. Well, I know we're gonna have a good time. We've got a lot of new faces coming on board, a lot of old faces, so it's gonna be a good turnout, good mix. Franklin just loved the link up, so I just hope that everybody comes and just leaves their all on the stage, on the mic for him. This is literally one of the last things that he asked me for the week that he was taken away from us, bring the link up back. So
I don't know how quickly you can pull it up, but who do we have all lined up for the show?
Oh man. Give me 2 seconds. We got A-Bond, Reek Darula, Make'em, King Show Off, Ayo Blaze, Stupid Dope Star, Candy Lachey, Rasha Royale, PSE The Country Kid, Dion the Don, Creative Kai, Hustle Boy, Prodi Lamage, Gizzy, Shy J, Lil TC Baby, King Lyric, and Famo. With 2 slots left. And me.
You already know.
I ain't buying no shots this week, don't ask.
Yeah, they love them shots when you pass them out. Shoot.
I can't do that this week because I already know with the kids in the building. I'm not even
Yeah.
trying to. I don't want to be bothered with all that. So,
That wrong
no.
atmosphere. All right. Now I'm about to. Oh, yes, show. So, the next show, and when we come back from holiday break, those are the only two shows that were kind of like, all right, these is what we were going to do, and then we'll go back to the drawings. So, the next show topic is going to be ho 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 or no no no.
Let's get it.
Yeah. It's going to be revolved around Christmas.
If you say ho 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 ho, and you say no 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 no.
So if you was a ho ho ho, you get no for Christmas.
But all right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for listening. Be sure to follow us on all social media. Tough Talk Podcast. That's TUFF Talk Podcast. If you have not seen our Buzzsprout link, it has all the links there. But if not, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on all the listening apps, iTunes, the whole nine. So if you're watching this and you want to catch us on the road or whatever and don't want to pull up YouTube, boom, just go to Spotify, go to Apple, go to iHeartRadio, whatever. We're there. Share us.
Subscribe.
Or here, subscribe.
Yes.
That button. What are you waiting for?
Get her done.
Subscribe.
All right, well, shoot, I'll holler at y'all later.
All right.
Y'all have a good
be
one.
Safe.
Till next time, guys.
You know.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Tough Talk Podcast. That's at TUFF Talk Podcast.